once again, on Too Cool to, you have on your airwaves, or should I say streaming, or whatever type of ways you're picking up this particular broadcast, King Rychus again with you. And he's going to put something on your head called power, but he breaks it down a little bit more on the power issue, where brothers need to, and sisters need to, gravitate to it.
People organizing for economic rebirth game.
Right.
Organized for economic. That's what we, and society at hand, really don't want to see us, in power.
Right.
Regardless, they want the rich to get rich and the poor to stay poor. You
True.
know what I'm saying? So organized more, not so much, on a religious, structure, for more of an economic base.
Okay.
You know what
What's up, Larry? Larry, still, what's up? You got the notification. I'm glad to hear that, Larry.
What's happening?
So, certain brothers that are in certain positions have power, but when you really start to look into their situation, they might be the Uncle Tom ass kissers, and people, get the false interpretation of that being power from, what they may see in their worldly things. That he may got the new 500 Benz or 550, whatever number they on a new Benz, or he may got the credit for this certain house or whatever, but he's doing certain things, compromising himself.
Right. Well, just to have, I guess you say, material possession.
Right.
Like cars, jewelry, and all that type. That doesn't really define true power. I think true power comes from excuse me.
Right.
Comes from being like real estate.
So actually being able to to have that income to come in,
exactly,
and get your proceeds off of
right, credit.
Right.
That's another form of power. Just being in a position where you have the assets, not so much just the currency, but having the assets, like being able to go in these banks and these credit unions and have them to back whatever move you're trying to make.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you want that $100,000 car.
Yeah.
Who got the cash for that? These white folks ain't got that.
Right.
So if you want to be able to be connected to where you got good credentials with somebody, whatever, these institutions, these banks or these credit unions, where they can say, well, hey, we got you.
Mm-hmm.
See, because that's what the majority, a large percent of these people are doing.
Right.
When you need that $300,000, $400,000 house, damn, you plug.
Right.
This is, a level of true power and economic, rebirth.
Right.
Not so much dependent on the currency, but dependent on that credit, you know what I'm saying? That, would help you get these things without the stress of having, that currency, just right off top.
Right.
$100,000, $200,000 just on deck.
Now, with you saying that, I was gonna say, I think people could probably reach that quicker if they, collaborated with another.
What's it about? Organizing whatever level you want.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you, a gangster, a Mac, a pimp, a hustler, whatever, field of work that you're into.
Right.
You organize with those people around you to, grow economic rebirth. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So whether you're in the corporate world, or you on the job, you might like to come together, to bring in some extra money outside of this 9 to 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what economic rebirth really stands for.
Now the rebirth too, that what I get from hearing it is essentially you may be making moves in a certain realm, but that rebirth is like, okay, you're gonna transform it to something, maybe totally different than what you were doing, previously.
Right, or whatever you're doing, you just want to take it to the next level.
Right.
That's really what someone was saying. Organized, you're taking whatever you're doing and you're trying to upgrade. It's sort of like having your car, like pimping your ride out.
Right.
If your car, is just, a regular type of ride. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, off the fact that you want to pimp it out. You might throw the rims on it.
Right.
You might throw an extra paint job.
Yeah,
you know,
body kit or something
right.
like that.
So that's what I mean. So taking whatever resources you got and elevating your game. You know, trying to get to that next status.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, well, I'm just working day in, day out, check the check. No, I need to make some extra money. I need to, you know, make something more happen for myself. So organize and bring yourself up to another level.
Right.
You know?
So you think, with that being said, do you think that's more hunger? So it's you compete the resources more. Oh, you know, okay, this brother over here do this. I need to reach out to him. This is gonna help me in, you know, my plight. Versus, you know, youngsters, you know, they like, well, I don't really know this person. I only know this person. They ain't only doing this. You know.
Well,
I mean.
Right. Well, that goes along with intuition.
Okay.
You know, it's like we may be on what we on, right?
Right.
So my thing is, okay, how can I help you, you know, elevate your, you know, your game or your job or your business,
right,
and vice versa. So how can we elevate each other? You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you know, it's about, you know, what it is I'm trying to accomplish, whatever goals I'm trying to reach.
Right.
So I know I can't rise no higher, you know, than those you know, that's under me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got to reach back.
So let me give you an example. Okay, like say little brother wants to rap or whatever. That's his thing. He wants to rap.
Right.
But he don't got no computer. But his homeboy got a computer.
Well,
so he reach out to his homeboy.
Well, in this day and age, you really don't need one.
That's true. But I'm saying,
right.
You know, to make them beats and things like that, you know.
Right. But the computer's right here.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's internet sensations. You know, brothers who won't hit the, you know, posted something on Facebook.
Right.
Or YouTube, and been a sense. So
that is true.
It's a whole bunch of rappers or cats who want to rap, but it's really about what you're gonna put into it. To, you know, is what you're gonna get out of it.
Right.
You know, so hey, so we can have some overnight sensations, or brothers who's really serious about this, gonna put in the work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's just like in my line of work, whatever. It's just like I can get in the community and serve the community. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not so much about the money. It's about the principles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I'm doing something that, for one, you know, that I do or I enjoy doing, then it's not the money gonna come. So by me standing on principle, and I'm saying, well, okay, I'm here to help the community.
Right.
Serving the community. So I'm, you know, it's like we don't have our own cab service. So I create one.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna create one. Then.
Yeah.
I'm a black cab service. And then I see the reaction from our people, like, well, now, you know, we got the Somalians and the Arabs, you know, doing.
Yeah, that caters to me. You know,
you know what I'm saying? This is for us. You know, so when you do that, that brings a certain level of pride. You know, a sense of pride. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, if you build on principle, then the money gonna come. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm looking at that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just taking your talents and your gifts and making it work. Just like one brother called me, you know, today, and he was basically like, he know I'm Islamic, you know I'm a Muslim, and he was like, hey man, I went to this temple, you know, over south, but it wasn't a Nation of Islam. So I explained to him.
Okay.
There's different types of Muslims. So brothers here, but I'm like, I don't go to their study group. They have a study group. You know what I'm saying? So I basically had to explain to him, you don't do. I need some literature. Bam. Out of max, so I was like, whatever you want. How many books you want?
Right.
Like, what they got, I got. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what I'm saying, I created my own little, you know, and you know, book or I got enough resources where you ain't gotta go to them. You can come to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I said, just for a small fee, and I'll get you what you need. So there you go. I'm networking.
Right.
I just offer that alone. You know? So that's, you know.
So in a lot of cases, what you're saying is just getting run to being discouraged by, you know, going to, like, he went to the wrong.
Exactly. Yeah, basically, like, well, they on some other stuff. You know, they got dashikis and kufis and whatever, but he's like, I don't want to be, you know, they may not want to be there, which is understandable because we're not Arabs, first of all. So yeah, I mean, I want to live out somebody else's culture. I want to be me. I'm a black man in America, you know what I'm saying? And in this society, in this Western hemisphere, we don't wear that type of attire. We live in the Western world. We wear suits You know what I'm saying? Where, as far as dress, as far as uniform, we wear, certain, regular
when it comes
Western
to
clothes.
dressing to the T and
Exactly.
stuff.
So, but as far as, brothers and sisters in Africa or in the Arab world, what they dress a certain way. So that's them. So we don't knock them. They may practice their religion or their faith. And they weigh in form and fashion, as far as their tradition is concerned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so that's basically why I explained it, brother. We have a certain, convictions here and how we practice it based on the teachings of, Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? As far as, going, or even following Minister Farrakhan. So it's basically like, so you got to find your own convictions, is what I'm saying. So I said, I got literature where I can lead you in, that can feed, your curiosity, you know what I'm saying? And then that can help you find your conviction. You feel what I'm saying? As far as following the next man based or believing something just because you believe it, no, it don't work like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not what this is about. See, I went through certain trials and tribulations in my life that led me to convert from one thing to another or to act a certain way in the society. That's based on conviction.
Okay.
You're right.
Man. So I would say this. So a person that's not really versed in, having these type of practices carried out daily, what would be the best way they can start, where they could start taking baby steps towards it?
Well, basically it's like you got to find your purpose. That's what it all comes down to, man. Once you find your purpose of just existing, you can be like, this is why I'm here, or this is what I like to do. It's just like being a kid. It's like, I used to love football. I'll use that as an example.
Okay.
From as far as I can remember, playing a little Atari.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The little Atari games had with the little lines.
Yeah.
From playing that, I would play that religiously. I watched football as a kid, and as I grew up, I participated in it. But obviously I didn't grow into that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that wasn't my real purpose to be a football player, even though I participated in it.
Right.
So it's just like you may like something, but that may not be your calling. Football or wrestling or basketball or whatever it is you may be into. But once you find your true purpose, then you be like, this is what I'm here for. And then that's where your convictions come from. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hey, just me being who I am, it's just like, man, I just evolved into what I am today. You know what I'm saying? But I know one thing, I can be more. There's something more to who I am than what I've been.
Right.
In the last 20 or 30, 40 years. You feel me?
Right.
So.
But what you have been kind of, it's not, for the positive, I'll say it like this. What you have been, it kind of led you to see what you're seeing right now.
The road I've traveled helped shape and molded me into the individual I am now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, basically it's just like you go through those channels of life, you know what I'm saying, to find your purpose. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Everybody was trying to get to the Land of Oz, but they had what? They had an idea of what they wanted when they got there. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody needs some courage, a heart, or somebody wanted to get home or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to. You finding out what it is you want out of life.
Right.
You feel me?
Now, Joe Frank chimed in. He said, yes. And then bro came in and said, good evening, gentlemen. I thought you guys would be watching the game.
Oh, yeah, man. We got time for football, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. We're trying to build on this economic, rebirth right now, Tom Brady and the Rams and them, they're gonna be there.
What's your predictions on that?
But there's the youngest coach, the young for their sixth ring.
What do you think the end of scores will be?
The score of the game?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Patriots, I think Brady gonna pull it off, and he gonna be one of the best that did it and got away with it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I'm looking. That's where I'm just, I'm gonna ride with that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like I said, shit, I got a couple rings under my belt as far as this game. Another ring myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I pop up and see how they already know, man. I'm looking for a first round draft pick. You feel me? So yeah, I'm gonna ride with the veterans, though. That's where I'm at.
Now, bro, you was in the last post that comment that you posed in last night's live stream, and we'll see if King Righteous can cover it for you. Because I know I don't think it got answered last night when you had posed it. On a second, typing something out. I want to say what you said, but I don't want to say it wrong. What you had stated last night.
Yeah, you don't want to misquote it.
Yeah. I just know it was something about. I want to say. I'll just give the outskirts of it. Essentially, you put some money in a female's hand, and she ran away. And hasn't been around till almost like 2 months or something like that, and you ain't know her that long, if I'm saying that right. And I guess you were saying, what should you feel about that?
What do you ask the question?
Like
How do you feel about it?
Like her, being gone all that time with taking some money from you.
What, he just met her?
Yeah, about maybe 6 months or something like that.
He met her and he put some money
in her hand. Yeah, but she went and I guess she had to go take care of her people or whatever. But she did come back. Okay. But it was like that span he didn't hear from her.
Right. Well, hey.
I mean, I know some situations, depending on the amount, that can be an issue, a major issue.
If somebody just gave her, or he just
loaned her or whatever.
Okay. But she should pay it, right?
See, that's the part I didn't get to yet.
I mean, everybody looking for a handout.
Yeah, it's about if they can actually help your situation.
Everybody looking for a handout, man. So, I mean, if a woman can, if she can trick you into giving you a check, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what she gonna do,
Yeah.
That's in her nature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you gonna be.
So I'll do 2 ways. Mm-hmm. Now, if she got a dude on the other end, that might be lovely and sweet.
Which 9 times out of 10,
right.
She probably do anyway. So,
right.
Whether it's just her boyfriend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They call them friends, but they really somebody they getting a little twos and fews out of or whatever.
Right.
But, that goes with the territory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, real talk. I mean, if a man, don't see that, then he's blind to, the nature of a woman.
Right.
Okay.
So.
I don't think we did. I ain't meant to cut you.
No.
I don't think we did Alexis the last lecture we did, or the little.
Yeah.
Old cougars.
Yeah. Young cheetahs and old cougars.
Right. Actually, one of my female friends, had listened to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she got the feeling some type of way.
Oh.
So basically, what she was doing, she was trolling.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she was doing. She was trolling because, she's not too verbal. She don't really voice her opinions and this, that, and other.
Mm-hmm.
So she was on Facebook trolling my page or whatever.
Right.
Not my friend out Portland, Oregon. Remember I was talking about
Yeah.
How she was trying to, be on one and try to trick me basically out of my check.
Right.
Basically, out of some sex or something. Just, like we ain't kids no more.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
So basically, I'll be chopping it up with her, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my female friends, my ex, while she tried to get me, under her clutches, like, you my king and, I'm your queen, all that type of stuff, right?
Right.
It's all good. That's the title. But she heard how I was, breaking it down.
Yeah, I was going in.
And then
science behind it.
Yeah, then she felt some type of way.
Mm.
So she didn't call me for a week.
Damn.
Yeah, right. I didn't know this. I called like, hey, what's happening? I ain't heard from you.
Right.
Then she told me, I heard you. You and Too Cool for calling. And I see the comment you was talking about, but I was messing with, when I was talking about she was gonna be my queenest girl in Portland, I was messing with this other dude that was, on some sucker for love type shit, right?
Right.
And I was really like, man, I could come intercept this whole like Richard Service, man, if I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's really, so I was messing with her. So she got the troll into my page, and then I knew she would anyway, so I wasn't tripping off all that.
Right.
So I had to let her know that this ain't that type of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we cool, whatever, you know, it's just like, you know, but you gotta respect me.
Right.
As a man, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, broke it down to her, and then by her acting that way, so I basically what I did, I demoted her. You
riding the bench, baby.
Yeah, no, I had demoted. I was like, now you playing, you know, you doing the wrong thing. You're doing too much.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Because this ain't matrimony. I said, this ain't what I didn't say that, you know, we gonna get engaged. And I said, no. You know, I said, we have a certain type of understanding. You know, that's why we deal with each other on this level.
Yeah, right.
That's not because, you know, for you to be insecure and worry about who else I'm talking to.
Right.
So I just had to, you know, put it all in perspective. So after it was all said and done, I said, you know what? Yeah, basically, you know, you know, take a time out. You know, you better off over there. I said, why you trying to control? Basically, she's trying to control me.
Right.
So I'm basically like, why you trying to go there with me? You know what I'm saying? But I said, you gave up in the middle of the race. Now, you forgot about that, didn't you?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gave up in the middle of the race and then you lost your place in the max face. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, so I got real jazzy with her. Right. She's like, oh, I ain't trying to hear all this. You hung up on me.
Right. But the thing is, she might right now.
You know. But yeah, so I got real jazzy with her and was like, hey, you know, spit some ism at him, and she hung up on me. So I'm not gonna be letting you talk to me any that way. I wasn't cussing her out. I was just telling the truth. I'll be your kid, because that's what I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not by your permission, because that's what I chose to do. You feel me? So yeah, you know. So yeah, so she went there with me, and I just say, Sunshine, you claim my name. No. You ain't gonna get
baby.
So I had to check her, put her in play, and she was like, yo, how much you got in her purse? You know what I'm saying? She really don't want to hear that. That's how, yeah. Nature to me. You need no pussy. You know, so it's like, I don't want to be bottom. I'm asking you for some money. I know how to get you away from it. I put my hand out. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm the prize. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to put her on the bench. You know what I'm saying? You're right. Like my other girl, she, you know, she was on some other, you know, she overdrafted her bank account. So she got her hand out. Like, no, this ain't what that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't, you know, the Federal Reserve Bank. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This ain't that, baby.
Right.
For real.
You don't push that play on me.
So once she see I ain't going, they stop calling. That's good. Now you doing me a favor, because now I'm getting rid of dead weight. You feel me? That's my position on that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Lisa Smith came in. She said, hey, y'all. She said, I know Rychus is out the game. Does he feel there's a different?
What game? Yeah, she got to elaborate on that one a little bit.
Yeah, he said, I know. She said, yeah, I know King Rice is out the game. Does he feel there's a difference in women? Can any woman be a lady of the evening, or is it just certain women?
I need to elaborate on me being out the game. What you mean by being out the game?
Okay, Lisa Smith, you hearing him loud and clear. He's wondering what you mean about being out of the game. What do you mean? Like, you mean sending females on missions, or what are you talking about? She's just talking to Larry right now.
Okay, because I have a different, you know, definition or perspective on the game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not just, you know.
She said all on that bitch. That type of.
Oh, that's base level. That's the base. You know, I'm by, you know, not by circumstance. As far as the game's concerned, you know, if I, you know, battle too loosely for one.
But I think she's probably, because she's been in your things. Well, the one where you was like, the last one was doing that. That's why she came like that.
Well, it's like, see, that's what I'm saying. They got to misconstrue. And she got to be twisted. See, just because I don't talk about it, that don't mean I can't be about it. You feel me? Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Now we understand that what this is about. You feel me? The game is to be sold, not told.
Right.
You know, right? That's where I'm coming from.
Okay.
This ain't okay, as far as the life. The rules have changed, you know. The game's the same, but the names and faces don't change. The rules of the game don't change. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not something, you know, we just you know, glorify. You know, it's a glamorous life. You know, if you're in the life, it's a glamorous lifestyle, but it's not something to be glorified. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as that lifestyle. So, I don't know if that answers.
Connected.
But yeah, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that's easy. Any woman can. I mean,
yeah, because you always hear, I wouldn't know. He can turn me. He wouldn't be able to get none of my money. You know, you always hear that. You know, women when that's thrown up when they're hearing it from someone that's I'm pretending.
I'm gonna put it in perspective from my perspective.
Right.
I learned at a young age. When he picked my grandmother up. And he picked up another, so he had a Cadillac, mind you. Okay, the preacher had a Cadillac. He had 3 women in the car, right? Yeah, 3, 4, whatever. I mean, he rode his Cadillac to go to Sunday school or go to church. They all dressed in white. The preacher clean. Bam, we come to church. All them women sitting on the front row, right?
Right.
Preacher is preaching. What are you getting from these women? He giving them a good sermon. What are they putting in, you know, the collection plate? They money.
Right.
You feel me? So bam, I'm peeping that. Like, man, he got a nice car. He got these women. These is older women.
Right.
Yes. Giving them money. He got a nice house. And he preaching.
Yeah.
From the pulpit. Bam. I'm a little boy. He's 6, 7 years old. My sister roll up one day with her dude in a Cadillac. No, matter of fact, but 2 of my sisters. Okay. 2 of my sisters and one of their friends. Okay, I don't understand. I just used to be like, man, he like the preacher. He look like, man, he clean. My sister got nice clothes on and they dress good.
Right.
He jump out. The only difference between him and the preacher, he didn't just give me a sermon. He gave me some cash. And I'm like, man. So I looked at him. I'm like, man, I want to be like him because I liked his style better than I did the preacher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then as I grew up and realized what he was doing, I said, he's not doing nothing. That man of the street, or women in church, and that man of the night, that man of leisure, basically,
right,
and that preacher, there was no difference. They was just on 2 different levels.
Yeah, 2 different planes.
You feel me? You know, because even though he had his wife, he had a woman on the side too. He had these women that the preacher was dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? So, and not only saying that, but there's women in the church who claim to be, you know, sanctified with the whole go to the bars, she can go to the clubs if that's what she chooses to be.
Right.
So that's basically like being a woman of the night or being a woman, you know, of the evening. Or whatever,
okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what promiscuity is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women are promiscuous. You know, by nature they're just promiscuous on circumstances.
Okay.
So they may be like, well, my husband done ran off, so I'm gonna go cheat with Deacon Jones.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's the same shit. You know. So So I say You know, and when some women of the night, they just be like, well, this is what I do because I'm trying to get some cash. So I'm messing with.
Right.
Because they gonna cash me out. You feel me?
Right.
It's no different, right? And that's what we call solicitation.
Okay.
And we both know soliciting is a form of
prostitution.
Okay. So.
Yeah, Cool Dread TV just.
Sir.
So did that answer your question, Lisa Smith? Hopefully it did.
But as far as the game that I represent is the game of that's elementary to me. You know, as far as, you know, sending them and that's the base level to me. So it's not that, you know, that I'm condoning it or I'm promoting it.
Right.
It's just that it is what it is.
Right.
It ain't no, you know, whether, you know, if what's in you is in You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I could, you know, like I said, I would glamorize or just glorify. It's just, it is what it is. It's like, because a woman, because really a lot of people get it misconstrued. It's not really the pimp who makes women do what they do. They do that by circumstance, or because that's just what they choose to do. But it's the player or the pimp who comes along and gives them more instructions or more guidance,
right,
or more structure or more protection. And he does things for them that they didn't have when they was just doing it by themselves.
Yeah, Drill TV said, before anything, a true P is a man first.
Exactly. You know, so he just gives them more structure in their life. You know, it's no different than a Huxtable relationship. You know,
yeah.
Cliff and Claire Huxtable.
Right.
You know, imagine watching the Cosby Show without Mr. Cosby. You feel me? That shit it'll be some weird shit, right?
It sure would.
You know what I'm saying? It's no different than a doctor and a nurse. A doctor needs nurses. Preacher needs, you know, ushers and whatnot.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand. That's what I'm trying to say. You know? It's like hoes need pimps. Right. You know, just to put it, you know, blunt.
But you can say it too, they need tricks too.
Oh, I mean, that's part of the business.
Right. Yeah, the business end of it.
Yeah, that's the business element of it. I'm just talking about as far as the structure, the guidance, and this, that, and other. You know, that's why hoes choose pimps.
Right.
You know, it's almost like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship because they understand something about them that the X square don't understand.
Now, let me throw the monkey wrench in because they was talking about renegade. They're not the same.
Well, the renegades do it on their own. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, when I was just really in life, I ran across them all the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, actually, I had one, tell one story.
Okay.
I had a girl. She was young, right? She was 18.
Yeah.
And when I met her, you know, I was getting all papers, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, just bring a balance to the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about so much, you know, the currency, but it's about your intellect too. So that's what a lot of people get this shit misconstrued. Oh man, pimps is just about money. They hard on the whole stomp down, but they ain't got no intellect.
Right.
So far from true. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best pimps are intellectuals. You know what I'm saying? They're men of character. You know, they're gentlemen of leisure. They got morals. They got values. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the brother from American Pimp, Gorgeous Drake. Remember him? He made a good point. He made a statement that I really admired about him. When he caught that case with a young girl, remember? When he was in jail, he's like, they think bringing me to jail that it was going to break me, but they sadly mistaken about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said, because if it hadn't been for a pimp and home, because that's what his parents were.
Right.
He said Andre Taylor wouldn't have been born, you know?
Right.
So, and he was like, one thing his dad taught, he said, before you're a pimp, you got to be a man of character. You got to be a man of principle, morals, and values. And I was like, that's so true.
Right.
So basically, you just got to be the man that you were born to be, if you that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got so many clowns running around.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Just like, it sort of bothers you to see some of these youngsters not to have no knowledge of self, man. Don't have no pride.
So they can separate themselves from that type of...
The goofy, you know, the clown shit.
Right.
You know, ain't no Ringling Brothers Barnabas Circus around here.
Right.
If we had one, then, you know, I think there'll be equal opportunity employees, you know, for a lot of these brothers, because they just run around, they look like clowns.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, you know, but some of them be so hard and stuck in their way, they're not receptive to what what I would be trying to tell them. So basically, only way we can teach them is by example. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah, but to go back to my original story, it's just basically the girl that I had. She was young, and when I met her, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I gave her some information that I was sharing, you know, and she took that, but she was more attracted with my appearance.
Okay.
I was suited.
Yeah.
I was gonna see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was suited. That's what she was like, man, you know, this is what because she wasn't used to seeing that.
Yeah.
So when I caught her, bam, you know, I gave her a ride to work and whatnot. And then the next time I called her, guess what she said she was on? I was like, hey, what's up? Well, how you doing? She's like, I'm doing. She said, I'm about to have sex.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what she told me. I was like, okay. Yeah, she told me that straight up.
Mm.
You know, yeah, I'm about to have, you know, all my friends. I said, okay, cool. Holler back at me. When you... No, okay. Now I'm gonna teach you how to score. Yeah, so you're running the ball, but you ain't scoring.
Right.
So I taught her how to score. From then, bam. When she went on her first date, she scored. She did a slam dunk, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then she saw how easy it was. See, that's what I'm saying. I gave her, you know, insight. You feel me? So once she seen that, it was over. It was a wrap. Yep. And so, but she turned out to be she wanted to be a renegade.
Okay.
She didn't want to follow no instruction.
Okay.
But she was so stuck on the fact that she was a fresh, you know, she's a fresh turnout. You know, she was first, you know, draft pick.
Right.
You know, and I ran with it. You know, I drafted her. You know, so she realized that, and then she turned out she wanted to be a renegade. Now that was let me see, about 15, 16 years ago, right? It's like 2001 or 2 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So anyway, it's me for people just, you know, and I capitalized off it. I didn't make you who you are.
Right.
That's who you already were.
So
she got this little grudge against me, like, oh, you could, really, you know, exercising that ism. Yeah, she said, and I didn't go there with her.
Right.
You feel me? I was like, hey, cool. You know what I'm saying? Even though she wanted to do all that, but nah, take your ass to school. That's the game you play.
Right.
And she's still a virgin. To my knowledge, she's still a virgin to this day. So, because she wanted to get married.
Okay.
So I didn't interfere with that. And I could have. You feel what I'm saying? But I didn't.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So as far as the other, you know, renegade, no, that's the lane you was in. You know what I'm saying? So you could, basically what she's saying, I couldn't fool you. I hated that I couldn't trick you. You feel me? To believe in I was something other than what I was portraying.
Right.
That's what she's really saying.
Okay.
So she's upset about that.
Huh. Hey. Now Cool Dread TV came and said, yeah, renegade, look at the definition of rebellious.
Exactly.
A girl who purposely goes against the grain or the structure of the man.
And that's what it's about. Either you're going to be a man or you're going to be a mouse. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to be a sissy, a punk, or something.
Right.
Because they'll run over you. You're a woman, any woman. Your kids will run over you if you let them.
Right.
So, I just happen to be one they couldn't run over.
Right.
And until this day, from then to now, a woman can do that for me.
Now, let me, because this is what they were, I guess, button heads having issues with, you know, stuff like
I'm
that.
talking about soliciting. She's soliciting herself for profit.
But not, I guess, be considered or whatever it was.
Nah, right. That's different. Right. I think, yeah, it's different. That's not really, as far as the game is concerned, I wouldn't really, you know.
Right.
Right. When it comes to that level of the game, a woman don't want to accept this guidance from a man or have him as the head, she's considered a renegade. Okay? But a woman that's just straight hustling, there are women hustlers, you know what I'm saying? And if she got a man or a boyfriend or whatever, he hustles, then they just really partners. They like on some Bonnie and Clyde shit. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't really consider that a renegade.
Okay.
You know, so, you know, but like I said, it's got to be structured. It depends on the character of the man. You know, the man's, you know, the head in my book. The woman, you know, she's the shadow. You know, she's secondary but most necessary. As far as, you know.
She said, thank you, Rychus.
You know, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? She like, you know, my right hand, or, you know, she gonna reflect my wisdom, my knowledge, or whatever. You know, that understanding, and be like, okay, this is the way my man, he wants it put down. So if she respects me as her man, she gonna get down with my program.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wouldn't consider her no.
Now, y'all don't get discouraged. You know, they up here messing with, you know, the reception. You know, my Wi-Fi is strong as hell, so this is on the where they're messing with it, breaking it up. So don't get discouraged. Hopefully, this little issue clear up.
What's that saying?
This is saying reconnecting, but they can still hear. But they're just saying, it's breaking up every now and then and again. Because the content of this conversation we're going towards.
There's fire coming through.
Right.
Yeah, they like, hold on. Yeah, but yeah, it's real though, man. It's real in this field. And but the game recognized, game said the game is concerned. Yeah, we consider hoes renegades if they didn't want to follow these those guidelines.
Right.
Saying if they jump out of pocket, you know what I'm saying. And then you got Susie Choosy broads who jump from player to player and pimp to pimp and Mac. You know what I'm saying. They may deal with you because you cute, or the next thing because he got a nice car, or the next
right.
Thing, you know what I'm saying, because he got big muscles. And, you know what I'm saying?
Or he let him get away with all kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Next thing because
So I mean, I see you and Cool Dread TV was going back and forth. Lisa Smith, what's your okay? She said if she doesn't have a man, how's she going against his rules?
Oh.
Because she's saying if a female doesn't have a man, how is she going against
the woman? If she ain't got no man or whatever, but if she's what you call that? She's really just a free agent,
right?
Okay, if she's out here playing that game, you know what I'm saying, soliciting herself for profit, then she's just a free agent.
Now, so Cool Dread TV said it. Then it ain't pimping.
Right. What if she ain't got a man?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they ain't pimping. They ain't that type of relationship. She's just doing her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she don't run into them though. That's what out there. That's the point. Make it. If she don't have one, then you might be subject to pimp arrest. You know what I'm saying? so that's what I'm saying. If you're out there and you're amongst these
yeah.
If you're in the life,
mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. We can't get it twisted. If you're in the life and you're around pimps and hoes and this, that, and other, then you might be subject to be caught up by some pimp and be put on a pimp arrest, depending on what type of pimp you run across.
Because how she was stating when she was out there, she never tried to monkey wrench nobody's situation or anything like that.
Because if they real pimping, they gonna come at you for real.
Mm.
Yep. So yeah.
Hopefully it didn't break up too bad for y'all. Hopefully it's starting to clear up or something. 47 minutes. She said, I'm not in the life. I do hustle though.
Well, hey, that's good. That's all good.
Hey, that might be a sign that everybody can probably
right
just replay.